A lot of the
This
time.
is the opposite of the way to do that. In other words, pointing out when you don't feel that way just keeps that vibration going and keeps you from reveling in it. In other words, you can't keep asking the question, why am I not where I want to be? You have to look for little glimpses of being where you want to be. That's what that pillow did for Esther. It was a glimpse of comfort to her. She was saying to herself, well, this is something I got to do, and I got to get on this airplane, and I got to go, and I can't control who's going to sit next to me because I've got one ticket for one seat, and there's going to be other people that are coming on. And for a while, she really efforted. She really tried to make herself look like no one would want to sit there. But most of the planes are full all the time, and so she just relaxed into the fact that somebody was going to sit next to her. And once she relaxed, that it was going to be the way it was going to be, but that she could have the response to it that she was choosing to have to it. And so she used her pillow as her excuse for finding comfort, and then found such comfort in it, such extraordinary comfort. In other words, nobody should be reveling about being on an airplane with all of those other people like Esther is reveling. But it's because her inner being revels then, you see? And then, all kinds of things happen. Clever things are said. Everyone's having a good time. There are relationships that are formed. People sitting around. Everything's uplifted. It's really a good time experience. In other words, on and on and on and on it goes. You have to stop arguing for your limitations, or stop arguing for the what is that is limited in that it's not giving you all that you want, because what you want is connection to source energy, and you can have it anytime. You have no excuse. None of you have any excuse in any moment in time not to be in full connection with source energy. You have no excuse. Now, we understand why you don't do it, because law of attraction has sort of been promoting whatever it is that you've been feeling. But you can change that little by little by little by little until you can come in full view. You can see through the eyes of source. And we promise you, you won't feel afraid, and you won't feel lost, and you won't feel ashamed. You won't feel guilty. You won't feel blameful. You won't feel out of sorts. You'll feel clear and in love with yourself and in love with them and confident about the world and happy to be here and remembering how you felt when you came and noticing the things that are uplifting in nature. You'll feel who you really are. You'll feel the way source feels about it, and you'll be in the state of allowing how source feels about it, you see. You will. Helpful?
It's helpful, yes. I just want to, add, it's just so confusing for me to have so much in my life and to have so much.
This is a good statement you're making. No matter how good it is, I still don't feel safe.
That's it. I don't feel safe or well.
But listen to our response to that. No matter how good it is, it doesn't affect the way I feel. And therefore, no matter how bad it is, it doesn't affect the way I feel, because the way I feel is not contingent upon conditions. You are on the brink of understanding what unconditional alignment is. And then, it's such a wonderful thing, because unconditional alignment means, you see, people are saying, give me that condition and then I'll feel good. And we say, feel good, then you'll get the condition. And then you say, well, there aren't enough conditions to make me feel good. And we say, that's because you are unconditional in your alignment. Source is not saying, get it all cleaned up and then we'll revel through your life. Source is reveling through your life. Source is not saying, make peace with every single person and then we'll look through you. Source is not saying, you're in an argument with that person and that person doesn't like you, so fix that and then we'll be here. That's the way most religions want to paint it, but that is not the way that it is, you see. Source is reveling through your life right here, right now. Source is reveling in the magnificence of what you are. And you got to find a way of doing that too. And when you do, you will then be free. You'll be free of trying to control conditions you can't control and to control perceptions that others have of you that you can't control. That's what's bothering you. What's bothering you is that you are separating yourself to some degree from the way Source feels about you. You're not allowing. It's like you have an umbrella up. Source is loving you and aware of you and shining toward you all benefits and ideas and impulses. And it's like you've got your umbrella up, shielding yourself from it, and then saying, I'm missing the alignment. We say, put the umbrella down. Put the shield down. Mm-hmm. Put the shield down by realizing that it's there and that you can find it. And now, all of you, you'll see more glimpses of it. You'll have more awareness of Source reveling through you in the next hours that are before you than you have in the last year, because you're consciously tuned to it, you see. And then, oh, such interesting things begin to happen as there are strong convergences of many things that you have been wanting, all showing up simultaneously. There is nothing that feels better to you than to know how blessed you are. And we can't bless you enough, and we cannot know how blessed you are enough for you to know it. You've got to step toward it. You've got to be the one who reaches for it, you see. You've got to begin to notice when it's there, and you've got to then begin to exaggerate that. And you've got to begin to notice when it's not there, and you've got to begin to diminish that, which starts by no longer offering the words about how lost you are. You could even say, I thought I was lost, but it turned out I wasn't. I thought I was lost, but then it turned out that source energy and my own inner being and countless number of people that I've known that have reemerged in the non-physical are aware of me. I'm not lost. I'm not lost.
That's part of the pain, knowing how
Now
much...
see what you're doing again? See what you're doing?
Going back to the pain?
There you went again. In other words, that's what you're doing. We are so good at this, and we are reveling so much in your experience, and we know so much the energy that's flowing to you, and we've spoken it with such momentum, and lots of people here in the room got it too. And there we were at that sort of crescendo sort of feeling where you could have gone there if you wanted to, but you didn't. And that's what slows it down. You got to look for what is working. You got to look for the evidence of your worthiness and of your blessedness, which you've been speaking to us quite a bit about here. You know it's there. You just can't figure out with all of these conditions and all of this well-being, why don't I feel better? And we say, that's why. That's why, and that's the only reason why. There are people who have nothing who are more connected to source than you are. Because they're not comparing what they have with anyone else. They're reveling in the feelings that they have. In other words, you talk about it all the time. The underdeveloped countries that are not living as you are, and yet they're happier people and they're living longer. And the reason is because they've accomplished their alignment with source, and source is what's feeding them. And then you panic a little bit and say, oh, Abraham wants to take all of our stuff away from us. They want us to be undeveloped, and they want us to seek happiness, just be spiritual. And we say, you can have it all. You are spiritual beings in a material world. And this materialism is out here on the leading edge. This is what you've come for. You've come to define yourself through these physical things. You are unlimited in what you can attract and achieve and know and experience and own and play within. In other words, there are no limits. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire that desire within you, you're on your way. It can be. No, it not only can be, it is being. It is being right now. But you've got to go with that flow. You got to go with that flow. And as you do that a little more, then those feelings that you've been describing through your words here will peter out. They won't be so significant in your experience. They won't be so active. They won't come so often, which will take the shield down a little more and make more room for more of what you're wanting to be. You are an analytical person. You are wanting to understand how things work. We want you to understand too. We want you to focus upon what the word understanding even means. It's the underpinning of things that are logical and make sense to you. And they're the underpinning of the laws of the universe, these universal laws that don't waver at all, this law of attraction that is responding unerringly to you, and your relationship with your inner being that always gives you clear awareness of how well connected you are or not. You have the tools to really know where you are. And so just be playful about it. Nothing's going wrong. There's nothing serious going on. It's just you here in the world with a whole lot of us reveling through you, reveling about your life more than you're reveling about your life. And you know why we're reveling about your life? Because you hooked us in the vortexual version. You called us in when you offered the thought. You asked, and not only was it given, we all gave ourselves to you and to your ideas of what you want. And all of it is coming together with cooperative components, the likes of which Esther could not describe if she had 10 days with you and nothing else to talk about. There are not enough words to describe to you what your vortex is like and the reveling that is taking place on your behalf. Here you are focused in your physical form, and all of us reveling through you. And when you don't feel it, then it's painful to you. But we can't stop doing it. You called us in. We cannot deny your power or your worthiness. We cannot deny universal forces. We can't deny the cooperative components. We can see how things are all lined up for you. And so we're giving you those impulses. Hey, look over there, come this way. Hey, look over there, over there, over there, over there, over there. Wake up, look over there, look over there, look over there. Look over there, look over there, look over there. And you're going, oh, things are not working out for me. Look over there, look over there, look over there, look over there. Come this way, look over there, look over there, look over there. Drink this, look over there, look over there, look over there. Drink some more, look over there, look over there, look over there, look over there, look over there. In other words, never ending, always, always knowing what your path of least resistance is and always offering, and not in a striving way and not in an efforting way, in a reveling way. We know who you are. We know what you want. We know where it is, and we know the path of least resistance to get you to where you want it to be. But first, you've got to give up needing the condition to change and revel with us in what it feels like to be alive and what it feels like to be clear. And then all those other pieces will fill in just to support and emphasize and exaggerate and compound the worthiness of that which is you. Helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Really good. Really good.